Welcome everybody, here's your Strategy Wolf and welcome back to Victoria 3, welcome back to our Mexican Republic in the new century, welcome back on January 6th, 1900. And welcome back to our Mexican Republic with Anastasio de Terreros, and welcome back to the American-Mexican War that has been ongoing now for I think 2 years. Let's have a quick look. I really miss, it would be lovely to have some dates up here, but I feel like the only way to find it out is to look for the first battle. Which might have happened also. So it has been 3 years actually, wow. And it has been a stalemate, a lot of losses on both sides. And I've asked you guys, and thank you by the way for the feedback in general, both on the question of socialism and the question of this peace. And I waited a little bit with the production, however, I didn't come to a final answer. However, look at these deaths, 350,000 to 500,000 just in the costs, oh my god. And after I haven't really gotten a strong answer in which way Mexico should take and where we should go to, and I had a little bit of a look right now, I came to the boring and simple decision that I'm going to accept this very white piece here, since, yeah, I'm gonna come back to my, as I remember, I could have tried to press at least the claims, to revoke the claims and so forth. But it was never really been accepted, and I would have had to claim on the conquer more down here. And as you see, yeah, also the US is probably shaken and at its limit. I'm pretty sure I didn't want to have deeper looks into the country itself. However, just our situation with the losses and the convoys and the financial situation is just too tragic right now, since we're making too much losses on higher taxes. And we have no access to a lot of our trade routes that are being, we can't execute them since we have the lack of the convoys right now, since they have been shot down by the American Navy. And yeah, since it is like this, I really want to make peace. And yeah, in the end, white peace is kind of a success, since we're keeping California, and at least for a bit. And I feel like maybe we can use the momentum now with the growing population, with the migration and so forth, to actually become even with the US and so forth, and in the meantime build up new forces, because probably they'll be back at some point, but that's future talk. So guys, I'm sorry if you were looking for an intense war unto the bitter end, but that's, yeah, I have to think about our population, and here we go. A new year starts with the peace treaty, so people can be very happy. And let's see how quickly our convoys are going to relax. Oh yeah, as you see, our financial situation is immediately relaxing, since our troops are coming back from the front. We don't need to mobilize them. The conscripts are back at work. The Navy, let's promote this man, Mr. Manuel Rincon Gallardo, since, yeah, Navy should be in good organization. And let's see where we are, as you see. And I think I'm gonna immediately also, or not, maybe not immediately, but in a bit, I'm going to also reduce our taxes again. And let's see how the, yeah, slowly I think trade takes up again. Maybe definitely we're gonna stop these routes over here with the weapons, since we are producing ourselves. Let's have a quick look what's going on. Yeah, with also our military build up is going on. Maybe let's focus on the shipyards, on the ports first, before we continue the shipyards. Yeah, actually with these investments here into infrastructure, where we get a lot into the investment pool, so we have basically 55 plus right now. Actually, this is I think, and I'm happy to go to -10, because I think that the population, our taxes are going to profit anyways from, because the entire consumption is going up. So is the BEP when we have lower taxes. So I think I'm happy to be a little bit longer here in this 40k debt, or yeah, not deficit, not debt. And then I think this should turn soon, since I think we were in a pretty stable situation before this war. Now we can stop here the import of all these guns and munition. And as you see, all the trade routes are basically back on track. And yeah, the end of the war is also accompanied by what is this? still, I think this is still the situation of the convoys is still being accompanied by a new election, and it looks like a shift in the election. Okay, the Conservative Party won this one. So much about our socialists. So probably, yeah. Okay, I guess, but I mean, Pimentel has been elected. Yeah, not the old one. So he's ruling with the Conservatives, which basically means I'm definitely not gonna go for a socialist agenda right now, since we have a different party in charge. Interesting development. So basically, I think even if the US attacked, our ruling party has been accused of losing the war, I guess. I mean, there's still a group coming from the Trade Republic. I don't wanna outrule it still. So guys, let me know if we have... No, it's the Social Democrats, actually. Let's get a quick over. The Intelligentsia is the vanguardist or communist these days. Guys, let me know what you think, because like roleplays wise, we're in an interesting situation where we recover from a bloody war. We have tons of new people incoming and changing the entire Mexican identity, I guess, and culture. And so I can still imagine both in the end. Where will they go? So quite interesting. And another thing out there is obviously, or not obviously, but still the acquisition of Alaska. That might be interesting for us. If you just turn in right now, because it just shocked me again, is here the picture of China that just fell into pieces, and still none of the powers, not the Heavenly Kingdom, didn't manage to really unify them, despite at least in the beginning, they had basically no troops. Partially, they still don't have any troops here. It's insane how they didn't. They just... Okay, that the AI didn't go and take it all over, I don't know. We've got two events. We've got a strike in San Salvador. Workers in the explosive factory have been enough by the poor conditions. Working with the trade unions, they have initiated an industry-wide strike. Okay. Yeah, San Salvador is so unimportant for us, right? So, yeah, the fertilizers and the explosives here. Let's suppress them, especially since there's almost no industry. That's okay. Wow, here our deficit is going up. How come? What about our furniture factories? Okay. We're not using any... Oh, I didn't even know we don't do any luxury furniture. Let's get some production out here in Baja, but... Alright, then construct some more. Maybe we killed off a trade route, but it's okay. I think furniture is something we should be able to do pretty easily ourselves. And maybe I'll prioritize one right away. Also, maybe some paper. Yeah, so politically speaking, I haven't really decided which way we're gonna go. I'm still quite hyped actually about the idea of going communist or council. Since I've never played it in my entire career of Victoria 3, I think I've never played a country with a council republic, so it could be interesting. Anyways, we've got inefficient agriculture, and I think we know this event since it happened already thousands of times, and we're gonna go for the migration attractions. And oh my god, we have a negative one here. Oh yeah, I think the war. I'm surprised. Maybe it's just like that we got so many new inhabitants incoming. Led to the point that we were pretty green over here, no? What? American Mexican people migrate to Chile, okay? You can come to Mexico proper if you want to. But we take in the end, we take anyone. And while I'm complaining, we're getting more Monday people from Sierra Leone, okay. By the way, if you want to, or I want to, as always, let's have a quick look on the cultures that are represented in our country right now. Mexican leading, followed by Nahua, Central American, Maya, so the original ones are still leading. But then there we go, Kanauchi, 7, this is like probably Indian, sorry again for the simplification. So these from nowadays India, probably 700k. Some Arabs, some Africans, some North, some... Oh god, it's in Danish. So this is Canada, this is not Canadians, these are the Indian ones. Yeah, as you see, you can pause to have a closer look. Slovene, I didn't know. Okay. Interesting composition now of our country, like everybody is a little bit here. What are we gonna do about this anti-strike action? And willing to negotiate with the unions, the government has proposed measures aimed at ending the strike. The government certainly has the right for its own preservation to discourage and prevent the use of force and violence to accomplish that which ought to be accomplished, if at all, by parliamentary or political methods. There's no time to waste on hair-splitting over infringement of liberty. Alrighty, where we gonna go? Promote strike breaking or grant special powers to police? Both are not good for us. Yeah, we don't have any. Let's do the special police since we basically have nothing around in San Salvador that would be hurt. But we're running into a serious problem since now we have the trade unions pretty angry and the intelligentsia going to follow very soon. So, yeah, consumption rates minus 20%. This is a lot for us, right? This is 40k. We cannot really do this. Is like again super financially struggled. It's hard for us. Let's have a quick look. Is there anything else possible that might easily pacify them? Back to the guaranteed liberties after we introduced the National Guard just recently. But no, this is our armed forces. Our, let's say, the right wing of our country will not like it. Oh god, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be really a tough one, since I feel like we have already quite some happy things for the trade union out there. Maybe I have to get to run into a situation where they get actually angry. We can moderate him. I mean, let's see if there's anything going on from him being a social democrat. Do we see this easily here? Melchior Aguayo of trade unions strongly opposes child labor allowed. Okay, but I guess the... Do we have a moderate one? Not really. Oh gosh. Yeah, child labor allowed. I would love to change it here, but we have nobody to help us out with that. I feel like if I moderate them, it's just not gonna help a lot. By the way, with the missing bureaucracy here, we should maybe quit some more trade routes. Oh, we cannot. Why do we have so little bureaucracy? Maybe we can make some more money with not missing out on taxes. Maybe I have to build some more. I got totally distracted right now. Maybe these ports are actually not that urgent, since we're getting some out already. Let's mix it up a bit, that it's not so boring. Well, yeah, politically speaking, military catch-up. Yeah, modern navy, get this presence in China, okay. And here we go. Enacting the Council Republic is the target over here. I mean, we can get it done, however, it will obviously lead to a counter-revolution from the other side. Well... Meantime, we get ironclads. Okay, let's do the positive thing first. Doctrine of Iron and Steam. The introduction of vessels with metal-skinned hulls represents nothing less than a revolution in naval warfare. Near impervious to traditional types of shot, Admiral José Manuel Rincón Gallardo assures us that Mexican dominion of the seas will be absolute. Well. While wooden ships with iron men might beat iron ships with wooden men, it sure does not hurt to have the armor on our side. Mexico rules the waves, of course. Yeah, go with that. Actually, can we with... Oh, we can declare new interest. Since come on, let's fill up the Americas and the Caribbean. Absolutely, this is, I guess, absolutely important. And let's do also the opposites, or Asia facing us. And let's do Africa also facing us. Is this okay? Doesn't make sense what I'm doing. I mean, I could go to Europe, but I'm not planning really to get involved with major conflicts over here. So yeah. What did I say about the revolution? Yeah, back to this one. 16.1%. Well, I mean, maybe we'll be lucky with events. Maybe you have great ideas, since yeah, probably this revolution is not going to fire within this episode. Still, we had only a half of the episode, but yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Uh-oh. Here we go, just was in a pause since I wasn't offline on Steam. Yeah, where was I before that? Yeah, we're gonna observe the situation. I don't really know what is going to necessarily can actually speed up to 4 again, since yeah, we were in the slow war mode. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how this turns out. The Red Scare, let's see, what is this? This is this is independent from the revolution. Of course, we've got a we've got a communist British India. Sure, as a dominion of as a puppet of Britain. Well, I'm not sure, since spheres of influence is releasing soon, and I think there's an entirely new mechanic about puppet state, vassal state interaction, which I find definitely important, since so far vassals never claimed for independence and so forth. I mean, who is this person? Like, putting it into a historical perspective, it's hard to roleplay this, since who would be a social democrat, but English cultured or like communist, socialist person that came into power as a successor of the East India Company somehow, but still is faithful to the British Crown? It's a little bit weird. Anyways, rise of the communist regime in British Raj has spurred a sense of terror and mistrust across Mexican society. Many fear that Mexico will be the next to fall to communism. Actually quite not that out of the world. Every newspaper on the stand bore a title more extreme than the last. Shrill newsboys hawked them on corners, sending competing claims of atrocity and terror across streets. Assassins and madmen claim power in British Raj, cried one of them. Recovered Red Bible reveals agenda of world revolutionists, shouts another. And amidst all of them marched 10,000 wide-open ears, soaking up each sensational word as they hurried along to their stations. It could happen here, or a panic would be wholly unwarranted. Oh, that's of course sad, since I was kind of hoping for at least a +3, then here's the counter thing for both intelligentsia and the our lovely trade unions, which might have stalled our revolution. Maybe with the 2% of lower strata pops in Mexico become more loyalist will help us, but nevertheless, since I mentioned I'm interested, and I think it just, after the war, the crisis, the now regime change, it just fits. So This is not a necessarily rational decision. This is my decision right now. I think a panic would be wholly unwarranted, which will lead us to the industrialists to become actually quite unhappy with us, which is hitting us. Now we have no manufacturing income. That's okay. But they all get smaller, while probably the commies get even as stronger, and we're losing this one of the it's of the landowners, which is not really beneficial, but they get weaker. And we've got here the jump with the loyalists. That might be very nice. We shall see. Raising concerns. The petty bourgeois have expressed their concerns about government decisions clearly favoring the interests of the industrialists. Choosing is always hard, not because the decision is difficult to make, but because the consequences can be a bit inconvenient. Rumors are spreading like smoke from a factory, straining the clear air of Mexico with a dense and vicious poison. This needs to be addressed, or then they need to accept what you cannot always please everyone. Yeah, this is fine for me. And the progressive dilemmas. The backlash against the policies of the British Anglo-Indian communists had led to mounting pressure on the progressive leaders of the intelligentsia to explicitly denounce the government of British Raj. There loomed over him at least a half-dozen and all built to lift cisterns. At first it was a courtesy call to the watering hole. Some boy fresh off the fields recognized him over a pint. Then the barmaid remembered his praise about British Raj government. Now it was a sizable crowd with 6 strongmen at the helm. Well, the thing with British Raj is for the Wangas cause, not the British Anglo-Indian one. Okay. This road leads to nothing but more extorted concessions. Will this help us if we change to... He hates protected speech and homesteading. What about the Social Democrats? I think they shouldn't have a problem with that. I'm really... Okay, this is the difficult one because it might be groundbreaking and long-term decisions I'm making over here. What do they want? Do they actually want... Are they actually supporting here the Council Republic, the Social Democrats? I'm not sure. But here the abandoned radicality, this might be something. The social cause in Mexico is hopeless, even though I'm not meaning it. Like, maybe not just in the extreme fashion. Let's have a quick... I mean, we have a British... He's a social democrat as well, right? They have a more like an autocratic one. But in the end, we're looking not for a communist, Stalinist state. My dream for Mexico would be, of course, the happy-go-lucky, as I mentioned, some left liberal wokeness bubble with solid income for everybody, where people can have a lovely life and not being discriminated. So I feel like a council republic or in a communist style like Stalinism is absolutely not desirable. So let's try it and let's see what happens. I'm really excited to see that. Oh no, it was even the... Oh god, it was the exact... He poses the poor laws now. Shit, now intelligentsia is even at -20. However, the radicalism should have gone down from something to below 100. This is good since, it is just 11% now going up. So maybe we can keep the situation a bit. And we got photographs of Mexico. It has been suggested that we take and distribute some pictures of our country's most famous landmarks. So many wonderful places all across our country, it just seems right that the world should gets to see them too. This is absolutely true. And prestige or legitimacy. What do we get from more? I think I'm gonna go for the prestige. Or actually not. Domestically, yeah. Legitimacy up. I mean, right now we don't need it that badly, but in the future it might be helpful for us to be able to switch laws quicker and easier. I mean, this could be something to really help us out here, the wage subsidies. in the end, I mean, the problem is I don't like wage subsidies since I think it leads sometimes if people are rather unemployed and they wouldn't go to work. So pension is maybe even better. What is the disadvantage from the pension? Because it will radicalize the petit bourgeois as well. While the wage subsidies would basically bring... yeah, now the intelligentsia would be... No, both intelligentsia and trade unions would be back on track. So we have this option always, while only the industrialists with 12% would radicalize. And for the industrialists, we still have our cheap trick with the yeah, concessions up our skirt. But yeah, let me know what you think, how we should go. And now we have the decision in Jalisco. More radicals in Jalisco. Where is Jalisco? Somehow singy today. We've got academics 38k versus Mexico in total. I think these few here, this is not a big deal. So let's just have them here in Jalisco. Oh, I normally read the event to you, but it's not the first time I think we saw this before. This is a little bit worrisome, but I'm pretty Oh, now our bureaucracy deficit is growing and growing. I think since we have these crazy migration keeping on going, since bureaucracy definitely relates with or correlates with the population number, and therefore when we grow we have higher expenses. It's quite easy calculation, and still we have actually we're making 30k more since we are just building government buildings right now, and with the growing bureaucracy through these buildings we should also be able to have a lower tax waste, which makes up for snitches. I thought it was written somewhere. 4% tax waste. What? What? Presence in China? This is something. First, let's have a look at China again. How? Yeah, we don't. Not that I have forgotten anything. I think we don't have a presence in China. Maybe it's just. Maybe I stopped being a great power. This might be the case, and the presence in China is only necessary for great powers. On the one hand, sad. On the other hand, well, the United States overtook us. Okay. But look at that, we still have the highest standard of living among the top nations. And we're number 7, which is quite great. So much about this. Where did I drift to the strike? Yeah, currently 17 out of 21 fulfill this requirement. Do not have workplaces on strike. Fraction is less than. Will complete if. Okay, so we need to have more people, less radical, then it's just over, otherwise we just have to wait. Wait, and we have ongoing events. Like this one. Oh no, it's the revolutionary one. Stochastic terror. Following a recent bombing carried out by a radical supporter of the trade unions in San Salvador, a copy of the works of Juan Bautista Hinojosa has been found in possession of the responsible parties. Oh, it's just him. Okay, I thought there was somebody. I just remembered the name and the production pause. Yeah. Pays its due onto my brain and memory capacity. Yeah, and if the tragic hour strikes and we must give ourselves up to it, the consciousness of this will support and strengthen us. We do not merely say no, but from the depth of our hearts we declare ourselves ready to sacrifice everything. The trade unions represent a menace to civil society. No. But minus 10%? No. Publicized the incident as Juan Bautista Hinojosa calling for terrorism against innocents. Yes, this one. The milder version and also slowing it down here, that's good. Kusti Valheim Exite. What a year! I've been talking a lot and we still like in the year 1900. But it started with the war and there was a lot to talk about, so all good. Police attack strikers. Violent clash. Police use their newly granted power to fire upon striking workers in an attempt... Ah, we gave them the power. Cool. In an attempt to disperse them. By the way, these event chains I don't see too often. I feel like in strikes they're really nicely done here and there. Many workers were killed and several officers were wounded, but the crowd was ultimately broken up. Firing was unjustified and cruel. To say it plain language, it was cowardly, premeditated murder. Yeah, indeed, I can only agree, but yeah, the trade unions still don't like it at all. And here we go, the Union of the Mexican People. Aha, are we going towards a monarchy again or what? By the way, with the construction of some of the government buildings, we are almost in Bureaucratic Plus again. However, money is still a problem. Union of the Mexican People. The recent unrest in Mexico has led to a group of citizens and the landowners to form a nationalist organization dedicated to defending the nation and the president from revolutionary activity. The speaker's word burst forth from his mouth in a torrent of fire, issuing the strictest condemnation against the Reds, against the enemies of Mexico, against those peoples deemed unworthy by the black-clad man at the flagpole, their lapels littered with symbols of reverence. And how will you make it known that you stood by the president, the righteous Mexican, against a tide of filth? Flinty eyes drilled into the crowd, looking for the first onlooker to flee. The Mexican people have made a stand against revolution. We have no care for this demagogue's gift. I kind of feel like this. Yes, 20%. 10%, I mean, up. But here, the radicalism I don't like, plus the character I'm a little bit scared of. So we have no care for this demagogue's gift. We also need this kind of landowner freaks that we got out of. We fought so long to get out of the society and on the edges. I don't want to grant them this comeback. We have no care for this demagogue's grift. Yeah. I don't do all of those interesting decisions that we really don't know where they're gonna lead to. Now we're in the plus here. That's nice to see. Since we're finishing up some stuff, now probably the Western pool kicks in soon. How much is there actually? Oh, it's empty. How can it transfer be? Oh, I was absolutely wrong by the way with my calculations. I looked over here and not in the investment pool. Oops, that's not good. So, but I thought we're not getting a character, but there we go. There is a single party state landowner dude who wants to enact this. Yeah, have fun. And they're getting some support. Yeah, super. We have strong socialist and we have an upcoming single party nationalist party. I don't like where this is going to. Guys, but I'm gonna leave it at this point. This is a interesting situation, still very tense, and I feel like actually with the revolution was one of the heaviest in the last time, or like one of the heaviest revolutions that we encountered. We still have the ace up our skirt with basically with the wage subsidies or something, and we can always have a look what's going on. Maybe things are changing, so I wouldn't say we're steering towards revolution 100%. We have to see what's going on. Would be fantastic if you let me know in the comments what you think, if you have any ideas or remarks on what we're doing and what we need to do. So yeah, please let me know what you think. And yeah, if you don't care, it's also fine, but just thank you very much for watching. And if you haven't yet, it would be simply fantastic if you leave me a like and subscription to support me a bit in my projects, and you won't miss any future upcoming episodes. And then most importantly, see you next time in the next episode when we continue this one by your strategy wolf.